So let's give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash.
Yahweh, the Lord, because God, Yahweh Shai, because Jesus, Greatmillstone, Arizona camp, Phoenix, out here, man, teaching, preaching this word, giving it to you. You know, no gimmicks, no games, no funny talk, none of that, man. Just straight raw. You know, like how we supposed to get going into basically the downfall of the society and the promises. We'll start with the promises because we have to get it. You know, in his ministry and in his walk, in his ministry and in his walk. You know, sometimes you go through different things, but you always got to remember what the Lord said. You promise, man, and that will get you. That will get you through certain things. You know, that will get you through certain things. Let's get that Deuteronomy 28:1.
Deuteronomy 28:1, and it says, "And it shall come to pass, thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth."
You know, serving the Lord, the other nations always say this, man. Was serving the Lord, certain blessings that we were going to get was a byproduct. Like the other nations, they're meant to serve us, man. That's what they were created. Even at the height of their, at the height of their heaven, right? They do serving jobs. You know, they're meant to serve us, man. Go ahead.
This is Ezra's. Second Ezra 6:55. It says, "All this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes."
Or really got to break, because who was the covenant given? Right? Who was the law, statutes, commandments given to the Lord has a favorite people? Contrary to popular belief, most people don't want to believe that, but you got to be an arrogant motherfucker, man, to think that you're going to get shalom heaven on this side and heaven on the other side, man. Let's get that, I should put Proverbs, so you can look it up. It says, don't go to sleep since they cross the phone. You know, because you've been a whole demon on this side, and you done put people, you know, in shambles, different nations. I'm talking about Esau, and he guys have put our nation in shambles. Okay, and to think that you're not going to be recompensed for that is arrogant, man. Right? You know, go ahead. Like our people, this is the worst captivity. Our people don't know who the fuck they are, man. And when we tell them, it's an argument or it's a fight or it's a battle of opinion. You know, but really opinion don't matter. What's the truth? Okay, go ahead.
It's Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 16, and so it says, like you, for they sleep not.
Start a better place.
Proverbs 4 and verse 14. And so it says, like you, enter not. Says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it.
See, don't follow the multitude. Right? The multitude, the world is the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, so the world upholds wickedness. So the world is evil. All right? When you have this truth and this knowledge, you come to see that, man. You have the light, you understand, like, oh shit, these people are desperately wicked. You know? And they would rather have it so much to the point to where like they'll walk past us and think we're the bad guy. Or hear our videos and scroll through our comments and say all kind of shit. We just here telling you the truth. You know? So you got the spirit of Esau on you. Or you got the spirit of wickedness on you. You know? I'm trying to tell you what it is, but you know, whether you stay in your wickedness, you will be destroyed, man. You will be punished.
Right. You know? Yes. Turn from it and pass away. For they sleep not except they have done mischief.
Yeah, that was mischief. Because that's the world we live in. That's the rulers of this society, man. They're devious. Right? They stack lie on top of lie on top of lie and expect you to live by it. You people have lived by it. You know, to the point to where you've been a Christian, you know, for 60 years, and you hear a little ounce of this truth, but now your whole world is in shambles. And then you got a choice to, well, okay, do I forget everything I know, or do I just keep believing in a lie? And most people believe in a lie. You know, like you got this thing that happened at the Olympics. you had to basically doing blasphemy, right? You had to drag and all that shit, mimicking the Last Supper. But that shows you the spirit that the world is in, and it's that like the Lord ain't serious. Is that the Lord is not as that the Lord didn't destroy the earth the first time. This is what people are playing with. You guys are at the height of your arrogance, man. But at the height of your arrogance, you're gonna surely fall. You got children watching that, man, asking questions. Man, you got to explain to your son what the hell is the why is a man with a beard got a wig on? Go ahead.
Well, they had a child. They had a child in a young girl wearing a yellow dress or whatever, showing you that Sodom and Gomorrah. Read Genesis, man. When the sun came out, right? To me, yes, that spirit, the world today is making it very worse, man. Just that ancient times they were church. These shit they're doing nowadays, that's what we have to recognize that, man. It's all symbolism. Like what type of people are on earth? That second Thessalonians, man, history of completely revealed. That had to happen before the end came back. You're gonna be able to identify who it is. That's why Satan is telling you that, like brother, show you what their beliefs are. Okay, the beginning of the ceremony is that blasphemous Last Supper. Show you what they're trying to implement.
And your eye, right? Like the scriptures say, what your heart set upon, right? That's basically what your God, man. And these people's God has become Esau, man. A spiritual bringing up Molech, because basically they're sacrificing their children coming right out the womb, man. Having to suffer being part of all this, man. Especially you put them in the public school system, and I hear them coming back from school polluted, man.
He says that the earth drank the wine of fornication. So that's a it picks up everything. So that's what's important. At the stage of the event. So it shows you what times we're in. All sides of the word that the prophecy was. I mean, it is. God, that's real quick. Isaiah 19:14, it says, "The Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in the month." God, man, just going what the brothers are saying, because they going into the whole open ceremony and the perverseness of it. And this place, as brothers have mentioned, is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. Why? Is because of the things that is pushed. Now, that event is taking place over in Paris, man. You know what I'm saying? But the spirit, it goes back to what's being pushed here. It starts here because the world follows after what America does.
This is Second Maccabees 4:14. It says that the priests had no courage to serve anymore at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hastened to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise. After the game of discus, called them forth. So just showing you, man, that hey, this is that same beast system, man. Like spoken of by Daniel the prophet, all the ions reiterated in the book of Revelation, man. Right, the same thing was happening, and this same Olympics go all the way back to then, man, where they began to, as it said, pollute us, man. Discus is that game where they throw the disc.
They were doing the shit that they were doing right now, but they can't exercising, working out and shit, like that whole that's like spread out in the gyms and then bro, man, that's the same prayer that they have any.
That's why you go in the gym and motherfuckers be naked. You got girls walking around with spandex and nothing under there. She get up from the leg extension thing and it's a puddle on her seat, man. Right, actually, you wipe that off in the Wipe that off. It came out, man. Dudes was getting chlamydia, man, and not knowing where the fuck they got it from. But you at the gym, these women sitting on this and all during their little cycle and all of this crazy, man. Don't have none of the soaking up spandex shit, suspenders on something, nothing. That shit go right through.
And that's a low frequency. That should kind of go into the reality of being caught in it.
Linen? Linen? The linen?
Caught in cotton, silk, and linen. And the other ones, everything else, man, that's just bad for you. That's what women wear all that shit. They get that. That's just not letting you be, man. It's basically it's a fucking organ, bro. The biggest organ in your body. So like, we all in captivity, so obviously we have a little bit to show how great this society is. Even the materials, clothing materials, you are.
Dyes in it, right? Dyes, on certain things. You ever watch? That's why you have to separate the clothes. Can't watch the whites with this color and that color. You come out and you watch a red shirt with a white shirt. The white shirt will be pink.
Yeah.
Hey Sam, nothing about that. You got one? One second, bro. You got it.
God, this is Psalms 58:3. It says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies."
Yeah, he's speaking lies. Everything you see is based upon a lie, and we can break it down. All pseudoscience, all kind of shit, from down to your very image that you guys worship. It's a lie, right? It's being brought forth. We can break it down to you blue in the face, but you're not going to believe it.
It says, verse 4.
Because ultimately, the Spirit ain't on you to believe. Yeah, the Lord chooses who serves him. You try to serve the Lord, you're gonna end up in church.
Damn. Verse 4 says, "Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder
That
that stops."
poison goes into their philosophies, everything we just mentioned, right? The Moism that's being pushed, the I don't know, the pedal shit that's being pushed. Bros, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, the alphabet, all that shit, bestiality, everything. Man. These people are top-notch freaks. Man. The more money they got, the more freaky shit that they do, man. I was watching an interview with this. I frequent watch. This guy. He's a security guard, but he exposed the shit that be going on with people with money, man. And he said, man, he stopped a ring, man, a human trafficking ring. He walked to the bathroom, and a kid was by the door. And when they saw him walk into the bathroom, the kid slammed the door. And he was like, that's weird, because he was bodyguard for a well-known human trafficker, but he didn't know. But he went to the back and said, that was weird. So he let the boss know when he got done using the bathroom. And to have the people think that he was still in the bathroom when he walked down the hallway. So he walked down the hallway, they opened the door, and he looked in there, and he was like, man, I got a glance. It was all kind of people. Some people passed out, people just wall to wall, women, men, and children. Man. And it smelled crazy. He couldn't describe the smell. And he said, man, I basically stopped it. But Edomite dude, that was giving his guy money, came to the club that night and was like, he said some crazy shit, man. He was like, man, I ain't gonna repeat it, but long story short, he had grape a little girl, man. He had to grape a little girl, and that's what these people do at high levels with this money, and that's why we got to get out of here. Because you go to school, that's why you got to pray over your children before you send them to school. Be niggas out there waiting for them, man. My woman yesterday went to the grocery store. She called me. She was like, "Hey, man, this woman told me to get in her car while she tried to start the battery and all that, but she was like, she tried to entrap my woman, bro. And the lady was like, my girl was like, no, but the lady looked scared and nervous. And when my woman looked outside, it was like a trap that my woman would have got into. Man. As she would have got in the car, they would have closed the door and took off with it. That's the world you fucking live in.
This thing is going back real quick to the ceremony in Paris, Last Supper. That type of behavior, trafficking. This is the world of Sodom and Gomorrah. The perverseness, gravity of the people. Jude 1:17, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner. So there's cities also in like manner, that all over the world are practicing this spirit, man. Sex trafficking is big out here, big out here, all over. It's become a big industry. It says, even themselves open to fornication and going after strange flesh are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. There's a vengeance of the Lord coming upon such people that practice these things. The brother said, and there's been reports lately. There's been reports. The bishop made a video. You gotta watch the surroundings. You gotta watch out, man. A lot of wickedness out here, a lot of perverse spirits, man. All kinds of shit out here, man.
Hey, if I could say real quick too, because right, you were mentioning about the about how when they get money and you know the things that they're doing, and yet you also were mentioning earlier how you know people won't believe in a lot of this stuff, but now a lot of these things have come to light through the spirit, man. Because a lot of this stuff was far fetched, and now you had the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing came to light, and now these people is right. It's truth open before the whole world, man. And so now we ain't looking so crazy, right?
A lot of the information we get from all this that world, that dark world, man, that's Jordan Maxwell. It might have been Jake, you never know. Jake, that look like Edomites and shit, but for the most part, it's a lot of like redacted, from here they're Edomites, man. They're the ones doing a lot of the revealing. Edward Snowden, you got a lot of those beings of importance, like sexual pedophiles, like Jeffrey Epstein, were replaced by their own people, man. Because that's the Lord dividing them. He divided against himself. He ain't gonna stand. Because these are the dark secrets that were kept secret for a long ass time, man. This should have been going on for a very long time. It's just now that because the Lord's putting that spirit of prophecy out there, man, people are revealing all the dark secrets. So, what the scripture say, he should be revealed at the end. Isaiah 47, he should make himself bare. Well, Jeremiah make him bare, but Isaiah 47 says that that's the river, make bare to life. It goes into all the wickedness, all the evil that's doing it, man. That's being revealed.
You think about it, and say all the people know about this. But you think about everybody here that know about this, and at the end of the day, they can care less. Like the brother said, Jeffrey Epstein, all the things that came out, the movie that came out, all the things that's put out there on social media all the way up. You see that people are in the perverse spirit because at the end of the day, they can care less. What do they say? Well, it ain't my kid, so I can care less what happens. At the end of it, which goes right back into what? They with it. As long as they take it, they with it. They ain't doing nothing about it. Oh yeah, we know about it, but so what? When all this stuff came out about these religions touching children, all this stuff, what happened? Absolutely nothing. People just knew about it. So it shows the spirit of this world. It ain't nothing but wickedness. That movie, Sound of Freedom. Yeah, Sound of Freedom. I don't know if bro's seen it, but I checked it out. And human trafficking is big business in America. It's the number one country for that, man. When you look into it and see how they do it, it's fucking crazy. Man. It's people, everyday people doing like, oh, that person ain't got nothing to do with none of that. Man. Oh, she's a model. And she the reign leader, man. That's why you got to be circumspect, man. The Lord tell us what to watch out for, man. You got to, man. When you walk out your house, you got to pray before you walk out your house. That's what it is. It was a brother, a couple months ago that encountered the same situation at a gas station. These motherfuckers, and especially in Arizona, that's big business. Mexico, a couple hours away. You know what I mean? I think they were paying like $15,000 per body or something. So you just got to be careful, man. You got to be circumspect out here. You can't be walking around all lackadaisical, like everybody's your friend. Not everybody's shit getting sticky. Motherfuckers broke. They just can't pay bills. Kids crying. They looking for the people are getting desperate. So when people get desperate, they do desperate shit. Got that still. Yeah. Hold that.
Ezekiel 28, I'm going to start at 2. It says, Son of man, say to the prince of Tyrus, thus say Yahweh power, because thine heart is lifted up. And thou hast said, I am a God, and sittest in the seat of God in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man, and not a God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. That Tyrus talk about Esau, right? Tyrus in the ancient world was a chief port city. America is a T4 city. There's what is it, like 4 different ports in America? You got New York, Florida, the Gulf of Mexico, and you got the West Coast. Yeah. And then that city back then, what it was known for was the color purple. Purple represents roots. They used to get these little eggshells. That's how you. It's hard to get that color, to get that dot from another store. Yeah, it was that, and if I'm not mistaken, they were doing glass. And it says that also another thing they have in America is through the Mississippi. So that's right up through the entire center of the U.S. So that's another port. It says, verse 3 says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is none secret that they can hide from thee. Thy wisdom is
and their wires on the left hand side. That's why they do these certain different. That's why they do these rituals. Right? You look into that Freemason shit. It's the reason why it's a black and white tile on the ground. That means something. They go deep into like numerology. You know what I'm saying? Symbolism. They do ceremonies that act out different things and all that. And they in the sacrifice because they tapped in on the left hand side, just like Egypt. This is modern day Egypt. Back then, they were tapped in on the left hand. They did all kind of shit. That's why part of the reason why they thought they were so big. But their power didn't outweigh the Lord's power. That's why that Moses snake ate their snake. No, go ahead.
It says, verse 4, with thy wisdom and with thy understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures.
You got riches, right? You can put the nation, our nation, into captivity, right? You did all kind of business, with these other nations. You can put sanctions on these other nations if they don't abide in what you want them to abide in, right? Everybody wants to come here, right? This is the land of freedom, right? But it's not freedom that you think. It's the freedom to do whatever wickedness you want to do. And if you got a lot of money, you can't go to jail. Do a butter law, depending on how much money you got. And what's bigger than that is that you hold certain secrets. Like Epstein, this nigga killed himself in the cell. Really?
Bro, and you niggas Paul is gonna go vote for a man that was standing next to his best friend is Donald Trump, bro. And that just shows you, like what the brother Kaya was saying, how people really don't give a fuck. Because this, 1 minute this dude is at parties hanging out with Jeff Epstein, and I'm talking about there's multiple records of him in the flight records showing that he was on Epstein Island, and there's multiple photos out there on the internet of them together hanging out, and y'all still gonna vote for him in the fall, man. It don't even matter. He could go and talk about grabbing a bitch in the pussy. I remember he was saying that. Yeah, and all of this, man. But people are still gonna put him in an office to lead, and that just shows you how far this place has fallen. America, Babylon the Great.
Which we don't give a damn who leads and who don't. We don't care, man, because the ultimate leader is Yahweh Yahushua.
If I may say too, if I may add, you guys are supposedly committed some crime. Yeah, say it's 30 counts. Yeah. So he's supposed to be punished, but yet he's still running for president. He was just spotted too without his little bandage. That don't look like no gunshot. And they're just showing you. Showing you the deception here in America is great. Right? This is Babylon. This is confusion, man. This is a place where they want to manipulate your mind. They want to take you, to the point of madness, man. The light is as dark.
And they're also using Trump now. They're using religious to make Trump hot. Make Trump got some small hatter, they call rabbis try to sit here and say, using the law where it goes according to here through, to sit here and say that gunshot Lord, showing that he belongs to us to fight on our behalf. Well, they're using every form, man. That's I think that's Ezekiel or Daniel where it says he shall place his power into his God. He's making himself God in the earth.
I want to give the
I got some. Second Ezra 11:40, it says, and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were fast. This fourth is talking about the Roman Empire. It says, and who's ruling the Roman Empire? I mean, those are the Edomites. Okay, and we're living right now in the Roman Empire reincarnated through America.
Because different empires they're reincarnated. They're not. They're recycled. That's why America has a bunch of different spiritual names. Like you ain't gonna go in the scriptures and find the word America, but you'll find different rulerships that represent it.
God, it says, and have power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And that's how they're ruling. All right, they're oppressing the people. Got this artificial inflation environment that we living in, and people are falling short. Got to get a second job to make ends meet. All right, that's what these people are doing. It says, and so long time will he upon the earth with deceit. All right, and that's how they're ruling. The brother just was bringing it out. They want people to fall and for their deception or for their deceit. They want people to follow after their wicked ways. All right, this perverse spirit that they're pushing out there in the world, they want people to grasp hold of that. All right, and accept it. And that's why the Lord has sent prophets in the last days to do what? Stand up against that, to speak out against it and prophesy against it. That there's going to come a time where the Lord is going to put out all this wickedness in the earth. It says, verse 41, for the earth has thou not judged the truth, man. And that was the point I wanted to give, because the devils, right now, they have power over the whole world, pursuant to Job 9:24. But this earth right now is not being judged with truth. That's why you can have a nigga like Donald Trump that had an outstanding court case, and be hanging out with a convicted pedophile and still have the opportunity to serve in a position of ruler in this country, man. And that nigga ain't going to jail. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get off, and why? Is because there's no truth that's bringing forth judgment in the earth, because it's ruled by the wicked. He said part of himself.
Don't hit me with that bullshit.
Joe, hey, slow Biden. That dude, man, he to lead the race, and now they want to put Kamala Harris in his stead, and that's gonna have a woman in ownership. That's completely off, man. Right. Hey, showing you that America is through, man.
I was explaining that to my woman earlier, man. That the reason why women can't be in power is not personal. It's because you're going to base everything off of how you do it, and not logical. You can't help it. That's why the man in your household, you gotta have the ultimate say so. Because if you follow your woman, you're gonna fall right into a fucking rabbit hole, and you don't want to see how deep that goes. And the man makes judgment, so everybody good, regardless of how you feel. He makes the right judgment. He should, right? And it works out for him. It works out for you. It works out for your family. It works out for the children. It works out for everybody, regardless of how you feel. Right? A woman gonna do, how she feels. Buck was right. I feel like this, and women are very unreasonable. You can break something down to a woman, man, and be like, no, I wasn't even that. And if she feels a certain thing, it's that. You like, hey, 2 + 2 is 4, but I feel like it's 3. But it don't matter what you feel like, but I don't care. But because they don't care. They care about how the fuck you feel, man. That's why you're not fit.
And we got at work, they have this whole division where they had a couple of women handling it, and it's been every day they're something will happen, they'll come both in there crying, tears and everything, because somebody didn't listen to them or something, man. And finally, just yesterday, they're my boss called me, I'm done with them, man. And they hired some dude to be the head now. I was laughing at it because it's been crazy, man. Yeah. And this is just Friday that he called me talking about this.
That's beautiful, because you need it, man. It's a balance. It's a balance, but you got, America, where it's throwing that balance, it's trying to throw that balance off, but this is what you have. Right? You got, Kamala with Trump, and then you have that, and then you got people that's going, we understand how the votes work, but you got people that's going to vote just because this is a woman. Fuck what she's talking about. If you look at her history, she done put a whole lot of jinx in prison. For a long motherfucker. It had no mercy. you know. And then you look at her, she got an Edomite for her husband. I think when she go back to Elam, you know, if I'm not mistaken,
But they say she's black.
but they say she come off as that. She look like that, but it ain't about what the fuck you look like. Look at your track record. You know, you hate the so-called black man. You and everybody, you and a nigga one. You know, and it's evident, man. It's evident. You got something? Hold that real
It says Ezekiel 28 and 5. It says, "By thy great wisdom, by thy trafficking, as thou increase thy riches."
Well, you're trafficking, you're a bishop. But like I said, human trafficking in America is a big business. You got a fucking next door neighbor, you don't know what he into. You know? You don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers into, man. Who he know, you know, or what he'll do to your motherfucking man. That's why you gotta be circumspect. You know?
It says, "And thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches."
Hey, you're private, right? No one can tell you nothing, right? No one can tell America. Who can tell America anything? Oh, we got the strongest military. We got this. We got that. But in that raw reality, when you pull an onion back, you don't. You're losing. You're falling, man. You know. And then the persona with Trump and all that getting in the ear and all of that. From the outside looking in, you know how weak that shit make America look. How the fuck y'all? He got up there and did what? Y'all wouldn't. And then the Secret Service running there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like still leaving them open and all that. Like, what the fuck y'all doing?
Hey, that was amateur night, man.
Come on, man.
Hey, you see the women when they finally put them in the SUV? You see those two females was just like Secret Service, just like turning around the circle. You see that, man? Out of place. They look like they was fumbling the football. Out of place. I said, how is it? They show you back then. Comparison different years. Their service max. America. Hardcore ass warriors. That's straight looking. Like you see these motherfuckers obsolete shit, right? And compared to America, but it's describing you got women up there. Can't even holster a weapon and shit. And that's a clear sign. These are the signs that the Lord is giving you, man, that America's model is broken. This bitch can't be, all the philosophies, all the doctrines that are put here, man. Say, the Lord left us an example of Sodom and Gomorrah. God is not living everything that Sodom and Gomorrah did. The book of Psalms, chapter 154 and 8, it says, "Whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood." And see, right hand is very significant of righteousness, of right. Their right hand is a right hand of falsehood, so everything that they do is in deception. That's why it tells you in Psalm 64 chapter that they search out iniquity. So when they stage this thing, because it was staged, right? They need somebody. That's crazy. Esau will sacrifice somebody, man. That dude that was supposed to be the shooter, they smoked that, and that's part of the sacrifice. This sacrifice somebody and have this enchantment throughout all the world and see who the hell falls for it. A lot of people fall for it, but the righteous man, they are willing with those men. But you just question it, like, how did this dude get shot in the ear? A bullet shot him, or he whizzed past. How did it blow his ear off? What's wrong? How come he's still here? He can still hear? Like, you got to put all these factors together, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a woman not being able to holster her weapon, like, yo, it's amateur night. Come on, man. Bad acting, very bad acting.
Not just that, you ever see on them next time he came in, didn't he get shot in the right ear? The next time they showed him, he had the bandage on the left, and the right ear was completely clear.
Picture was flipped, bro.
Yeah, it was split.
It's like it takes like
I looked at that like, wait,
2 seconds to flip a picture of the photo.
Hey, but you know what? Hey,
But still,
Yeah.
trust that Esau would do some shit like that. Just to rub it in the face. A few years back, everything is silent. Now everything is a silent, man. It's a fact. What they want to do is order out of chaos. So they got to create that chaos so that they can bring the order in. That's where that dogma, all these different enterprises are going to fall into line to usher in this new digital world, technological world where AI, uses the humans, and this is what they want. So that
miracle that they're gonna bring upon the earth for the world to take that shit, man. And not only that, but they're like the brother said last week, they're creating the next plague will be an economic plague, where your economic structures, how you know them now, everything's gonna change, man. Everything's gonna be digitalized.
Hey, that's why they don't care about the dollar crash. But they print money.
Hey, bro, hey, I think Trump gave us like a whole little speech thing today.
Yeah.
And hey, he should have said that.
No,
Yeah, that too. And he said that Bitcoin is going to skyrocket.
and both of those going to play because he said he wanted to make sure that America had all the energy on everything from AI, Bitcoin. They're going to make this cryptocurrency platform for the world. So not only is it like even for the fact that, like you said, the psyop shit, right? Flipping the picture to make it look like the other air, putting the disconnect in people's heads to be like, okay, this guy's lying. Because what it's causing is for everybody to second guess what's actually going on. And through that, they're gonna have so much shit pop off. I said, well, it was a sound for some reason screen recorder Prime for a movie or something doesn't let the video.
Yeah,
show.
it's like a copyright thing.
Yeah, it's like a built-in encryption that they have up. In that movie Civil War, it tells you very briefly in like 15 seconds of the movie, it tells you how everything played out. But it said they were asking him, Mr. President, why did you disband the FBI? Trump's had problems with the FBI.
So why did you bomb American citizens?
Why did you bomb American citizens? Why did you disband the FBI? Trump's been having problems with the FBI. His first presidency, he was sitting there shoving that shit around with the FBI. Now the FBI is the FBI was the main people recently, and the government, they sat there and said that we don't believe that this actually happened. So it's called Revelation. Like you can watch that movie in that 15 seconds. It's kind of panning out to like this is something they're gonna use in this time, bro. Even the shit with Kamala Harris, it was two presidencies. One they felt was legitimate, one they felt was legitimate, and both of them went to war.
Even said that what happened with Gerald Ford. Yeah, he said it. He was like, oh, it's gonna happen like this. So they already they have years in advance of planning, like ABC, the objective E, F, I got this down. So Revelation chapter 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, who's deceiving the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. This is the devil you're talking about. The serpent is Satan, bro. He deceiving the whole world. He got the whole world thinking, all right, that white is right, and that the Most High and His Son and the angels are white. That's a heavy stronghold on the minds of the people. That's what he's doing, man. That's what the devil is doing. He's deceiving the whole world. So, the Spirit come out and tell you these things, and C19 was a scandemic. We tell you these things, man. The scriptures say that there's people that are gonna worship the beast, bro, and his image, bro. They're gonna worship this man. They're gonna worship this whole system, bro. It says that those that are not written in the Lamb's book of life, man. So some people are gonna be deceived, and some are not. Lord willing, we come to the end, but we see what's going on, man. In the spirit, we know that he's the devil, and we know that he comes with a plan to subjugate every man. He's waging war on you, Israelites, on you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. His hands are in everything, every facet of life. The devil is putting his spirit and his philosophy in everything to deceive you. If I can say to him, they're saying you'll never be last time. Trump said you'll never have to vote again. This will be the last time. Yeah, right. When they were making a new system, right, like the New World Order, what are their whole thing? It's going to be a system in which it's all governments agree. So why would you need a president in that situation? So he's telling you exactly why these things are getting hooked up.
because now he's talking about AI, cryptocurrency, right? And that you'll never have to vote again. Well, in a system like the New World Order, there won't be no votes. Everything's going to be decided by their computer systems and elite. So it won't need people to vote on the law. They're just going to come up with what is equitable, what they perceive as equitable, right? So,
Hey, a little bit. There was a quote out of President Joe Biden's speech when he stepped down. This last one, he said that America is not governed by I want to say kings and dictators, but by the people. That's a lie. According to what the brother just said, Trump said the next 4 years you're not going to need to vote. So they're lying. They're deceiving you. They're letting you know, but at the same time, really they're letting their people know.
Yeah.
They're the priesthood on the left hand side, man. Like we send these messages, we send these epistles out to the world to receive it. The spirit, those that are meant to get it and to see through the deception, they're gonna understand. They're gonna see. In 4 years, it could be very much possible. They're planning, okay, collapse of the government, which is also the spirit party out by Shemal Shai, man. This Jacob trouble is long over. It might happen where there's no 4 years. Yeah. That's really never gonna happen. Right? That's really what's gonna happen. But another 4 years of this shit, man. Damn. May it be the Lord's will, but we hasten. We want this year, whatever's gonna happen with these elections, I think to maybe shift the way the world is. And I believe it, man. I believe it might be, especially with the shit that's going on right now with the elections. You know, scriptures say that there should be perplexity among the people, man. That perplexity goes into the word confusion. See, and there has never been more of a time where you don't really know what the fuck is going on. And we do, we have that eyesight, at least we have the vision to see. For the most part, these tutors, they're gonna falter, man. They're gonna fail. They're gonna be put to like a phase, led as a sheep slaughter.
This is Proverbs real quick. Proverbs 64:6 says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them is deep. So it's like both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Right? And that's what the brothers have been talking about. Like, you don't know the fucking extent that Esau goes with all these things, bro. Like the brother said, like they were talking about this really low, what we're gonna do now, man. This is for you to think in years like that. First of all, you have to have time. These devils have time, man. Like that. These are deep, long, drawn-out plans, man.
Yeah. Hey, brother, I got one to see. Going back to that Gerald Ford, I just looked it up with this brother, man, and come to find out that his vice president, 74 to 77, was Nelson Rockefeller. So that was his vice president, man. So he's getting it straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah. I got one. This is the second Thessalonians chapter 2 and 9. Well, sorry, even then shall that wicked be revealed. The Lord shall consume the spirit of his mouth, like the mouth of the Lord. Prophets are consumed. The prophets got on the scene. A lot of things have been revealed because the prophets are seers. They can see. Give them the spirit to see enchantments. People say night enchantments. And they can even live in the dark. So we have the eyes of it. Yeah, it makes our eyes see. Hey, that's what we bless, man. I share that scripture with Moses, Jeremiah 9 and 3. Saying, look, man, man should praise himself and praise that he is the Lord, that he did the worst. How we understand the severe That's right. Even him who's coming is after the working of Satan. You know, and we only really see the spiritual incarnation, which we would say that, right? Well, the physical incarnation, which we would say that.
self-proclaimed white man. Seeing white man. I is purest term that was put on him because he understood the words. So he knew the words, which is, brother said, purity. You really are the man. That's right. Huh?
And you know what? Really, what you're seeing is a wicked government, a wicked rulership. What's that scripture by all your the eyes of the Lord are set on the yeah. What was it? The eyes of the Lord are sinful. What you're seeing is a sinful kingdom, man. You're seeing a sinful ruler. Yeah. Esau, Edom, and all his cohorts, man. That's what you're seeing upon the earth. You're seeing a kingdom ran by straight wickedness and is deceiving the whole world. It's not deceiving everybody, but it's deceiving the majority of the people.
So it says that you're saying right, bro. Exactly. So I mean, there has to be a high level of perception in that decision where the people are going to actually believe that this devil has their own benefit for it. That's why they're setting up Elon Musk, Neuralink. All these are elements of that enterprise that they're going to use to usher in this new world, man. Deception is going to be at a high level. What the brother read in Revelation 12 and 9, that you use craftiness and what deception gain that power, man. You know?
And plus with that Blue SpaceX program, well, they're constantly, shooting out their rockets, and that's the whole it's called Starlink program. But basically, man, that whole program provide a constant service, to basically have it to where you can't drop signal anymore. To have a total coverage, to have a total, what's the word, a total, it's like I can't say it, global coverage,
Total control, man. Yeah. Part of Revelation 12, great wrath. He's able to identify you everywhere. He is a God.
You are just a man. So you want to be like God, you're just a man. Come and see you as a man. Okay? But that's what you're seeing, man. Going back to the spirit, man. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing the devil at work. He's the devil, man. Like, people don't understand when we say this man is the devil, bro. You got to understand what we're saying. Like, the whole leprosy thing. You know what I'm saying? The whole, he's marked through the spirit. Like, open up your eyes, man, and see who you're dealing with. Satan, bro. Like, these people, that's their lot in life. This is their world. So they're going to rule it because they know their time, they have but a short time. The scriptures tell you that. So they're going to mass manipulate. They're going to kill, rob, steal. They're going to do everything to maintain power, man. Yeah, even if they have to kill some of their own people, they don't care, bro. They don't care.
They did it with this John F. Kennedy, man. Yeah. And that's spiritual too. So you got to look at it where we said as soon as you go up to the heavens, then you start bringing down. Hey, why did that spirit come upon John F. Kennedy to kind of reveal a lot of the bullshit that they were doing? Because he was against the page of the gold standard, right? He was speaking out against it, man. Speaking out against the dark elements in our society, in our government, in society. Right after that, man, they also.
They say, if you look, the Zapruder film, it's on YouTube, man. It was the driver this. It was the driver that hit him like this. Pow! Yeah. I do believe he got shot. But to the spirit, I want to say that very true, man. It was the driver turned around, stop up.
However it happened, it was his.
Yeah.
It was an insider, man. Yep. It was elites. Those Rockefellers. At that time, what was it? Gilbert. And Gilbert was it Gilbert? Policymaker. FBI. I can't remember his name right now, but he basically was instrumental in foreign policy that America pushed after those years, man, going into foreign policy with the Saudis. You know how they made that whole dollar, petrodollar, and now we're in the time where the petrodollar is no more, man. The Saudi Arabians, they basically named that deal. So it ain't no surprise that now we're having all these elements the media is controlled by the elites. But all these countries, man, they're making nations. They're gearing all their attention to separate themselves from the American dollar. That's where ultimate war is going to happen because they know America's going down. And I want to say this about John F. Kennedy, man. He wanted a government and where they told the people the truth. That's what he wanted. But they were like, nah, man, how are you going to do that? We need to have power. And that's a form of power, something that other people don't. They've always operated in secrecy. And he wanted to speak about, he wanted to keep the secret society, Illuminati, he wanted to keep it. He wanted to reveal that, and that's why they killed him. That speech, I forget the name of it. That's what he did. He was like, you got out. Yeah, that's on YouTube too. You can check it out. That's the speech that got John F. Kennedy killed, man. And he goes into, he's telling you straight out what the government was about, you know, and then he got assassinated. But I want to get this one quick. This is back in the 2nd Thessalonians 2 and 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. You see, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness of them that perish, man. That's the thing, bro. Scripture speak about the deceitfulness of sin. A lot of people perish, okay, because they've been deceived. See, how about Shem Yashai has to be with you so you're not be deceived in these latter days, because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of enchantments, man. All right, it says, and for this cause the Most High shall send them a strong delusion that they should lie. You got a lot of people going up there to vote. That's a joke, bro. Your ass getting in your car and going to vote. That's some bull ass shit, bro. That's like, that they all might be damned who have believed not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. A lot of people have pleasure in this man's system, in his doctrine, his philosophies. It's really leading you off, okay, and following him. A lot of people worship the damn white man. Hey, right is right to y'all. That doctrine, like, man, that doctrine, that shit that they talk about, the court system, like all that shit is off, bro. You could get lost in the penal system fighting the cause. It's so unrighteous. But because they got lost to back their ass, you'll never be able to you'll never be able to get a fair shake. See? Just talk about framing mischief by a law. That's what they do. They are the sword of the Lord. That's scripture. That's scripture. The wicked is the sword of the Lord. That's what is that? You want to say Psalms? Go ahead, brother.
Proverbs 6 and verse 12. So it says a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. It says he winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. It says forwardness is in his heart. He deviseth he deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord.
He still has all these little secret schools that they'll do in those interviews to let them know, like, hey, pay attention. They'll do a little hand sign, pay attention. They'll do this, pay attention. Even Jay-Z in his interviews, he would do that in unnatural ways. Like, what can you make the little or side? How can you implement that into your regular conversation? You can't. But this devil has these secret ways to let people know his plans and his wishes. You got that?
Everyone Trump's always like this.
Yeah, he's always
Tell you
doing
what,
that.
wait.
And he always rolls it.
It's like Cesare.
Screenshot that vocab. Go screenshot that vocab. I told you.
I know. Or you get one of the black only Israelites. You see? They let him in the game. Lord, God, destroy y'all.
Guys, the book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 14. It says, they leap with darkness in the daytime and broke in the noonday as in the night.
See? Talk about the wicked. But all this stuff, like they'll do this shit in plain sight, right? Like they have that movie Eyes Wide Shut, because really they do all this shit is done in the public eye, right? Who do they have in Eyes Wide Shut? It's all your doctors, your lawyers, your lawmakers. It's all those people that are in plain sight, but then they're behind the scenes doing all this debauchery shit. And this is how Esau's operating these last times. This shit with Trump, all the shit with Kamala Harris, all the little other stuff that's popping up around it. It's all Esau. He planned this shit, and he let these things go. Kamala Harris being able to continue to get in her position, sucking her way to the top. Well, she had to get introduced to those people, then put in those circles to where she could be in that position. Trump in his position, right? And all the stuff that's going on with him, he had to be put in those positions around these small hatters, given he set up in a position where now he's their saving grace.
They all Trump's presidential candidate, all in the spirit. You know, if you say that the spirit of prophet is subject to prophet, the same thing on the left hand side, man. The same devils that were back in the day, fucking Caesars, you know, your high leaders of military power, you know, generals. They all back today, man, in the American military, the Senate House. You see, because everything mutates itself. You know, so with Trump, you know, we always think that this was fucking true. It's the same shit that he be doing. The same some of the same characteristics that these Caesars have. They're playing out itself. You know, bloodlines. These Rockefellers, these Rothschilds, they keep track of all that shit, man. Like they, I think Kamala Harris, the elders were going into how she goes back to slave owner, man. You know, her family line goes back to that. So I think these people didn't look into all this, man. To put you in that position of power. All that shit's taken into account. Remember Psalm 64, the wicked made a full investigation of iniquity, a lot of diligent search of iniquity, man. So they actually rounded up the most despicable people that exist to rule this world, man. That's really what it comes down to. You know, even in the that show Game of Thrones, they go into bloodlines. They were looking for a new dragon rider, and basically they went to those different bloodlines. So bloodlines are important, man. Hey, Yahweh Shai's bloodline was important to fulfill that prophecy that he should be able to see the David. What they say too in England, man. That's why they call the House of Windsor, House of this, the House of that, because they have their bloodline set up, man. They're people. They keep it in. They keep it in the family. That's what it tells you in Psalm 17th chapter. What does it say? It says, "Sons are." Can you get that real quick? 17. The sons. Psalm 17, 13.
You able to grab this real quick when you're done? It's just a definition for the word worship.
Strong's G3000.
And you'll see a couple, and the one I usually jump on is that one in Revelation 13 and 15, just because the way it's worded, which is to fawn at your knees and lick your master's fingertips, man, which, you know, is a very, you know, good analogy to basically what you're doing. But what does that actually mean, right? You're not actually physically doing that, right? So this word worship goes into to minister or to serve, man. So really, you know, you serve in Esau, man, right? It is likened to you worshiping him, and he's caused all you people to do that, man, whether you see it or not. And it's going to come to the point where you're going to have to choose, right, Esau or Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
Psalm 17 and Rise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the wicked is the Heavenly Father's sword. What is a sword? A sword is white, so-called black, big slave, so-called white. Because the Heavenly Father said to kill you. Beat down, chastise him. That's why he was put in chains. Like nobody ever sees fit and will. Like a lot of people don't ever like the light bulbs don't come on. Like, why do you think they had you change? Because that's biblical prophecy. The Heavenly Father set them over us, keep keep us punished. He has forgotten that brotherly covenant, man. From three transgressions against Edom, he You know, Edom not gonna be forgiven, man. They all guilty as a nation. They're gonna go into captivity. And he that killeth before will kill him before. This is back in Psalm 17 and 14. It's from men which are thy hand, right? Or Yahweh, from men which are thy hand. What does that mean? The Lord is whipping your ass by them. That's the Lord's hand. The Lord's using the so-called white man to beat y'all down. Deuteronomy 28 says we should get very high over these things. We all have to go for one of all things to it. Okay, that's being subjugated to a people, man. And we being kings and priests, that was never the condition that's never the role that we had to play. You see, we played it because we broke that Exodus 24, that covenant. But the Lord made a pact with us in blood, man. Basically, only by blood was it going to be paid. That's what we had to go through. What we had to go through. It says back in verse 14, from men which are thy hand, or Yahweh, from men of the world, worldly men, their portion is for it. But you have their portion in this life. See that their portion is in this life. That's why you see the British monarch, man. That's why you see them. They got crowns, man. Like, bro, they're kings. This is their world. It's their worship. They're at the top, bottom, just like the Deuteronomy. Vocab, very simple. That was a very thought, centralized in each one monarchy, man. That period they took what the Tsar of Russia, Tsar Nicholas, was really great, man. So he had a beer and shit. So they took all these families in Russia too. They had a royal family, the last royal families that ruled, and that's what World War II, man. They eliminated all that and centralized into the English crown. I go back to Rothschild, all these other families. If I may say too, also, a lot of people don't know that the English, okay, they actually they practice horse breeding. Why do you think they? Because that's how they know how to interbreed without messing up their bloodlines. Read it from that. How they interbreed with the whole people so they can eat the money. Read it again. It says, from men which are thy hand, or Yahweh, from men of the world. Have their portion in this life. Yeah, their portion is in this life. They got their fat, they got their piece of the pie in this world. Whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They're rich, they're stupid rich, super rich, man. They got some gold. They got diamonds and rubies like the size of like footballs. They're rich, bro. We had a few years back, we had different countries. Back their I think it was Africa. It was like diamond that they wanted back. Yeah. That they had stolen from them. It says they are full of children and leave the rest of their substance, their babes. See that? They have their children, right? They leave all their wealth to their kids. That's why they have That's why they have 5, 6, 7 year head start on you. That's why they can send them. They got college, but the kid is like a baby. And they got college funding, bro. Life insurance, all kinds of other shit. Like, what? When do Jake do that? Jake can do that. For me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I obey likeness.
Because they play a different game, man. But the game was made by them. You gotta understand. And keep it in the family. Which they have to because it's according to their plan. You know, there's no everybody in the families in that family is in order. You know, to even to the CBP, but they'll start changing last names and all that. But ultimately, you'll see that the people in power goes back to these certain families. That's what it is. You gotta bring it.
And they understand. That's because they understand the regeneration as well, man. They'll tell you that in some of their books, like the Behold a Pale Horse. But that's why if you look at it, man, right, you go into debt to pay these loans that you really don't pay off till the course of your life is over, man. That's why they call it retirement. That's when you paid off and you're just able to live the rest of your days. You know what I mean? But so that over that whole course of your life, you ain't gonna see that, and they ain't gonna see it. But what their kids gonna see it, then their kids, and so what they built is that empire, man. which is all prophesied,
That's
like
why,
brother.
you know, you look at families, they profit from makes them put people in debt and all that. That's what it is. It wasn't by work. You know, when they couldn't get it, they were still. That's what it is. They'll set up banks. What they did was, like the Rockefellers and all, they profited off of it. You know, they'll set up, you know, it costs money to go to war for that lot. We got the money, right? And you have to come to us for the money to get you interest. And then you have to pay us back in interest. If you know how interest work, man, that shit compound and all kind of shit. You know, to where you be paying forever, ever. You know, that's why with us, Israel, we didn't put interest on each other. You know, other nations, yeah, we'll put interest.
I don't know, just a couple, if I may. It's Luke 6:25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall weep and mourn. Okay, so the table's going to turn, man. All right. Those who are full and have the substance and are enjoying their kingdom right now, right, are going to be put back at the very bottom, man. James chapter 5 and verse 1, it says, go to now, ye rich man, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupt, your garments are moth-eaten, your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of the Sabbath.
And that hurt. Hey, that hurt way worse to somebody that actually has great substance. You know, so Lord keep us in a certain position of where we lowly, you know, and we, you know, are the poor and the downtrodden. And when that time comes, where the Lord reverses things, or when we get to that point right before it happens, then it impacts us far less. Because we already been living in the slums, we've been living, you know, from check to check. Haggai talks about how we put money in our in the bag with holes. So we already been living that way, man. We used to living in a way where, you know, we lack certain necessities and we still find a way to figure it out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. So those that with great substance and living in great comfort, it's gonna hit them the worst. That's why these devils are in America, especially. Everybody settled on their leads here in this land. In America, especially, man, these people gonna lose their fucking minds, man. You know, because they don't know how to deal with discomfort. All they've had was comfort all their lives. That's all that they know here in America. You can go and eat when you want to. You know, you can get money. As the brothers has brought out, a lot of these, especially the Edomites, their families have passed down riches from generation to generation. So they started out with an advantage. There's gonna come a time that advantage is completely wiped away, and they ain't gonna know what to do besides go to the 50th floor and jump, man.
Let's get there real quick. Let's get Isaiah 31. You know, just back we're trusting in the way, knowing that you know your trust is going to lead you to that. You know,
Said 31.
you know,
This is Isaiah 31. It says, woe to the rebellious children that saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me.
because you take counsel of everything but the Lord. You take counsel of all the shit in the world. No, go ahead.
It says,
And again, it's go to work, get your money, take care of what you need to take care of. But the first counsel you should be taking care of is this work. Is this true? This knowledge is nothing in your life can outweigh this. I mean, this has to be first. Right? So that means that hey, if something is getting in the way of the truth, you got to cut it off. But that shows if you truly believe or not, man. That's the test for you. You know, go ahead.
it says, not of me, and that covered with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
And that's what they do. They add sin to sin. Heap upon, and you think about that so much. But I add sin upon sin. Not going back. Right? You know? But they look, oh, well, Lord, you know, I got away with it last time. I got away with it 5 years ago. But in the next 2 years, you're going to have to pay for it. Because the Lord don't work with you. You know, but
It says, verse 2, that walked down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
and the modern day Egypt is America. Over that time, over time.
Yeah, and it says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Yeah, you strengthen yourselves in the strength of the Lord.
And to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Which is eventually going to lead you to getting that CHIP. Because you're trusting in the ways of this. You're trusting in these rules. Lie to you. You know? To the point where you'll question certain things, like, but you're so much invested that you won't turn back. Right. You know?
Verse 3, it says, therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame.
Yeah, it's going to lead to your enemy. It's going to be a shame. Because Lord said, what? I will laugh in my yeah. You know, right now is the time to get it against the open. We out here teaching. Right?
It says, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, you'll confuse.
Yeah, because people are starting to get confused now. Right? People ask the questions like, what's going on? What's this? What's that? You know, especially people that's die hard to believe in America. This is like, I call it a simulation all the time. Man, this shit is fucking, you know, this shit is an act. You don't know what's real, you don't know what's not. If you are an American citizen, you got to question everything. Or you're going to believe everything and be fucking, oh, wait, that don't make sense. Or this don't make sense. Because you're not looking at it for what it is. You're looking at it for what you want to do. You know?
Then 36 and 5 it says, I say, sayest thou, but they are but vain words. I have counsel and strength for war. Now on whom dost thou trust, that thou rebellest against me? Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt. Whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust him. And that's what the brother was saying, man. Like this place, everything that you try to prompt up as something to follow here, it's all something that's going to sit here and eventually bite you in the ass. You got people that will sit here and sell out for you music deals, and look what happens in their later careers. Messed up on drugs, bugging out. You have that nigga that made that Panda. That song, that nigga got caught up jerking off on the plane. Why do you think his mind went to that? From being in the streets, being a normal nigga, to jerking off on the fucking plane and getting arrested on drugs. Why do you think they're like that? Because they go so far to this devil shit to where now they get bugged out. So everything that you lead on here is gonna bite you in the ass. If you want to hold on to money, you think it's gonna go prosperous for you. If you hold on to money here, you think that that's gonna be the end all be all. Then you turn it into the end of the day. You got no future in this place. Thinking that money that he got from his dad passing away is gonna last him into the next bullshit that's gonna come, where the whole money system is gonna be flipped. All these loans that these people got, all these contracts that these people got, those contracts were written for dollars to be made, not for cryptocurrency. So you celebrities, your basketball players, when they get ready to flip the switch system, those contracts for dollars, yeah, they can keep paying dollars, and those dollars ain't gonna be worth it. Or you can choose to serve the Lord, and there's that drawing line is made, man. And if you want to choose these, every one of those ways will fail you.
Because every time they hit the print button, it's devaluable. See, what they do is what people don't understand is that the people that have money, you know, in America, they don't care about them printing things. Because what they'll do is they'll take their money, they'll buy assets, and then when that new currency comes, they'll sell their assets to get rich in that new currency. Right? While you still worrying about debt and struggling to pay debt and rent and all that shit. They don't play, they play a different game than you. You know? Yeah, we're gonna
Back in Ezekiel 28:5,
so that
Ezekiel 28:3 it says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches."
trafficking souls of men. Right? Your wisdom leads you on the left, you tap in on the left hand. I was explaining earlier. You do all kind of shit.
Revelation 18 and 13. This is Revelation 18 and Revelation 18 and 13. It says, Revelation 18 and 10. It says, standing afar off, fear of torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is like judgment comes, and the merchants of the earth shall.
In 1 hour, this place will be no longer. It'll be destroyed. You know how it's going to be destroyed by thermal. That's why you hear about a new missile, what it can do, what kind of technology is behind it. Yeah, oh, we got a new missile. We shared 30 minutes. You know, but it says 200,000, which is 200 million of them. So it'll make you wonder, well, what the fuck? How much do the Lord hate you for him to be for him to destroy like that? And then when you look into it, you look into the secrets of the people that run this place, your stomach will turn. You know?
Yeah. It says, verse 11, it says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious
And
stones.
other nations got rich in this place. Other nations had a lot of dealings with this place. They got rich when we got it. There's certain companies that still ran and still wealthy off our blood. You know, that's still profitable today, whether they change the name or not. I was meaning certain, like it's like insurance company. I forgot the name of it, but it's certain companies that I can name that go directly. You know, America goes directly.
All of them do. They all follow relevant. Even what's called Mars Company, what's known for Mars bars and candy,
like a monopoly.
It's literally just a monopoly. They just have all subsidiaries. That's why the scriptures say the wicked have many dreams.
Vanguard, they own basically every fucking exists, bro. Every bitch is a hero. It's basically big somehow. Can't remember. But basically, you're not gonna be able to escape anything. Man, that's why when they present that system of peace, all these companies will be able to only place where you're gonna be able to shop. That's why that C19. What did they do? They eliminated a lot of these mom and pop shops, basically ushering the economy. You know, where you're not gonna be able to make purchases anywhere unless you buy from these mainstream supermarket, multi-billion-dollar enterprises. You're not even be able to work anywhere that's not. That's what they almost on the rate to receive a work because it's all you got it all. What's the saying? Like you say, you got it all sold up. You got it all sold up, bro. Like, that's why Amazon. What did Amazon destroy? Bro, orders. You don't see that. There used to be fucking 20 companies run. Now you only have one. They're trying to centralize.
Yeah, like you know,
it's crazy. I want to say this about Amazon. Amazon was like a concentration camp. Like it's going in there. Going in that motherfucking door. Well, the only way that they got that position, man, you know, go into there's a lot of deals where you need like high-level security. Amazon, the American government allows them to do this shit because there's laws against monopolies, man. What is fucking Amazon? That fucking monopoly.
And they showed you how easy a monopoly crashes was with the whole when the global CrowdStrike all the planes couldn't take off, banks were shut down. They showed you how it's gonna work. They showed you, they let you know like this. And it's crazy, man. People don't know it, man. Like even Mars is a subsidiary umbrella company. Like you talking about vet, they got vet. How the hell does a candy bar company own veterinary hospitals all throughout America? Yeah, man.
got a devil at the head of them.
So, finishing this off, it's Revelation 18 and 12. It says, "The merchants of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls, the fine linen and purple and silk, scarlet and all fine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men." So going back to that traffic the brother was talking about, this is that place. America is that place. So when it's talking about Tyrus, you can equate that to Babylon, America the Great, right? This is back in Ezekiel 28 and 5 again. It says, "By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, thus say Yahweh power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom." Right? It says, "And they shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas." And when you talk about dying in the midst of the seas, what kind of grave and burial site is that? None. You just forgot. Where the fuck you go? That nigga went to go get milk. And cigarettes. and never came back. So verse 9 it says, "Wilt thou yet say before him that slayed thee, I am a God? But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayed thee."
And ultimately, it's the villain. Because the boys we talked about earlier. It's the Olympics in Paris. But where you think they get that drag shit from? I know.
High heels, stitching lashes, it all came out of France.
And guess who opposed it? They keep down. You don't need choices, you need guidance. This kid knows he won't. They need to be taught.
Verse 10 it says, "Thou shalt die the death of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken it, saying Yahweh power."
When you look at that ancient land, Tyree, it wasn't taken down by way of, it wasn't burnt. It wasn't taken down like that. It was a siege for like 13 years, I think. But ultimately it just became like no man's land. So when you go here, it's talking about a different, by way of destruction, by way of fire, by way of missile, right? Of these other nations, which is that we shall hit the Lord. So you got to dissect it. Like I said earlier, you're not going to see America in the Bible, but you'll see different places that represent that. Talk specifically talking about America, like when we go to Isaiah 13. Real quick, talk about that Babylon. It's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about this modern day.
That's why it calls it the virgin daughter of Babylon.
The Lord said he spoke it by similitudes. Right? Similitudes you have to strike. That's why the scripture says you have to be a similitude. You got to learn to go.
Corinthians says that was strictly history, man. Very initiated. You understand, like, we go into those key words. There'll be where's the snake on the door? So, hey, different videos and shit. The elect are gonna, you ain't gonna have to break down, you're not gonna have to break this down to the way where you kind of like give it, like, the elect are gonna have faith, man. You're gonna be okay, I believe the faith that they have. You're gonna have to bend backwards for the elect, man. The elect are gonna understand, they're gonna make the proper adjustment without having to be a burden to the school. They're gonna have that spirit changes that are required.
Yeah, because what's to come, and we understand that this shit is gonna be, you know, that's how you know who has light and who's the dark.
To go with what the brother said, this is Isaiah 11:3. It says, "And he shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord Yahweh, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears."
Hey, that's what Lord's good, man. Like, you ain't gonna slide in here, man, with shit, bro, because the Lord's watching. The Lord got a spirit on brothers to discern shit, man. Even though brothers might, be humbly dealing with every situation, we watch you, man. You know, the Lord has that spirit on us. What the scripture said that we have been made holy. God, we have to watch. It's our job, bro. If we don't watch, then it's our ass that's gonna get handled by the Lord, man. What you give it, what you be required. These are the signs that we look for, like, we're out there fishing and shit, putting the rod out. Or has this for us? What they say, this is I was here one day, man, this is the light. And that's what they say, man, this is the light. The light is going to shine on certain things, and it's going to be exposed, it's going to be revealed. Nothing hidden that shall not be made known. You see what I'm saying? That's why when you come to college, you got to put your best foot forward, man. You got to do this thing out of sincerity. White, lawful, be honest.
And it's not about you either. You know, like niggas have that mentality where, you know, these are your men, these are not your men. So the Lord's here to do a job. The greatest, like we got into that, you know, when we say the greatest leader is a servant. You know, that's why it says the greater the art of Muhammad, you should be. It's not about you. You know, because you didn't give yourself this knowledge, you didn't give yourself the name, you didn't give yourself the understanding, you didn't give yourself the wisdom. You know, so wherever you at, remember, it's not about you. You have a job to do. Just like,
And when it's all said and done, share that spirit of servant. I think that was my duty. That's ultimately what Yahweh is going to tell you if you try to get on, like, high horse type shit.
what scripture
Do what you're supposed to do. Type.
what is that? It says, it says, say I'm holier than thou, you're slow. You know, and it says the fire that burneth all the day long. Which we get that with it.
Yeah, that's all beautiful. This no, bro, like, of course we understand that, but hey, the Lord's still gonna glorify you, man. So he that humbleth himself shall be greatly exalted. So, like, regardless of it, the Lord's still gonna exalt you. It's just the way that you go about it, man. You want the praise now, well, you get that praise, but it ain't gonna be the praise that the Lord's gonna give you, man. It really is not gonna measure up. See, and that's what Jake that doesn't have vision can't see, man. They want the worldly praise. Fuck the worldly praise, man. We want the Lord to praise us. We want to be part of that ceremony in Second Ezra, man, where Yahweh Shai himself puts a crown on you. Come on, man. That's really where it's at, bro.
Just talk about it. Another praise,
Man, praise you, bro.
that's what it is. You do the work, you keep your head down, and just like shit in the world, when you do the work, your head down, somebody else, man, how you get here, man? What, you know, like that's the Lord is gonna do that for brothers. I was reading the book of Ephesians, I think it's the last chapter. It talks about the body, the joints fitly joined together, nourishing one another. Every joint is important, man. Nobody's gonna. I bet you right now, if you end up getting carpal tunnel on your thumb, you're gonna wish that it wasn't there. You're gonna wish that your body supplies the nutrients that you wouldn't have carpal tunnel. So every body part is important, man. And you gotta just give the glory to God.
The apostles that taught us too, man. That we ain't even done yet.
Yeah.
We ain't even done yet. We got a lot to run. We got work to do. You know, so it's like, just get that in mind. That it's like, hey, we see people fall out. You got to be very, very humble. Right? We're still not in the end. Take that to the end. Take something. Just got to hope and pray always. Always. That can happen to anybody. That's a scary thing, man. Like, doing this knowledge, that's one of the things you gotta really fear the most, man. Fear how about you outside, man. You got the keys today, but you open it and you get shut. No man can open the shit, bro.
This is very because even when the scriptures talk about faith, it says it is gift of the Most High, not of yourself, and that the Lord ordained you from the beginning to do those good works. So it's like you can't even lower in the fact that it's the truth.
The Lord like fall short of the praise.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you dealing with, man? Like the Lord, yeah, how about shit? Like their imperfection, bro. How is something that's not perfect enough give praise to something that doesn't have perfect things? I mean, it's just damn nearly impossible, man. It is impossible. You know?
Because if you really try to recognize your existence and then you just being an Israelite, bro, that means your forefathers had to survive all the bullshit Israel went through. The Lord had to show your forefathers, probably you, mercy enough to let you live long enough to get smooth. And then they have to do it again and again for you to be here. And then, some brothers, I was born in the 90s. You're born in the 90s, your parents just coming out of crack era. You have to hope that and then you didn't fall into the same shit they fell in. Like this, bro.
They in hospitals, they try to kill your ass too.
Yeah.
Man. Like, I know my parents with my mom and shit, like that shit was like, this day she talking about that, man. Like, I'm dying of your ass.
Yeah.
It's true. That's most of brothers watch, man. Like, people really, testimonies that brothers been sharing. Hey, demons been trying to get you since the birth, man. Like, boom.
Yeah, four nurses trying to kidnap me. I came out there.
There's demons, bro. There's literally demons that get possessed and they understand the spirits that they're dealing with, bro. This is a spiritual thing. You say that told the I know, I was shy, you know, or now. You're witnessing. We say this humbly, but potentially could be a man of high regard, man. In a very low estate right now.
That's what.
If I may say, that's what you say. Satan is as a lion seeking whom he may devour. I was shy. You got checked like Satan, man. Satan trying to put him in the stuff. I was shy so that he could, basically bow down. What did Yahushua say? He said, man, that's the most high thy power is holy. You know this. What's wrong with you? And he tried to hit him with this. He tried to hit him with this. It's written that, the angels will take care of you. So throw yourself off the cliff. They'll raise you up. He tried to, you know what I mean? Y'all sound like, man, get yourself out of here, man. You worship Yahweh, she's in shock. Right after what happened with him. Yahweh himself, man. So the spirit is always going to be with you, man. Part of the election, man. The spirit is always going to hold you down, man. It's always going to come to you and comfort you and give you the necessary fortitude to move forward. That's the beauty of having the Most High with you. Like the scriptures about the riches of His grace. Grace is favor, man. When you got favor, you got favor, like you're supposed to feel it. The spirit, like we say it humbly, but like you don't fall, man. The Lord always just constantly just like get your ass up, man. Get your ass up because this is a battle. You're gonna fight. You're gonna fight in this world. You're gonna fight with Him. And we say this all the time. You will encounter things in this ministry that you never thought you would encounter, man. You're gonna go through some shit, man. But it's chastisement so that you may be made worthy, that you may learn lessons. Because there's certain lessons that have to transpire, like chess, right? Chess is a little strategy of steps ahead type stuff. So there's things that have to be done in your path that you don't see till when you get there. You're like, oh, I know why this happened because it's leading me to this, and I need a necessary knowledge of this information to get me here. Does that make any sense?
And that's why ultimately you gotta have faith. Sometimes you won't have it for internet. You won't have it. Sometimes you won't have it for months, years, months, man. You might go through some of your first year, and you won't get the answer to the fifth year, man. But it says what necessary patience, man. What scripture talks about Sirach the seventh chapter when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. You're gonna be tempted. It's gonna be certainty. Let's get that real quick. We got Michael 7:7. You gotta present.
Real quick, Isaiah 55:8, it says, "This is for my thoughts and not your thoughts. Neither are my ways your ways, saith the Lord."
Trust in the Lord. With everything you just like, okay, well, I didn't fall out 7 minutes, so we're feeling okay. I don't know why I'm going. What do I learn from it? Okay. Keep saying, help me. Yeah. That's why I say pray without ceasing it. You think you macho man, you're gonna get without praying, you're gonna get arrogant. Right. Go ahead.
That was it.
That was it. God, let's grab that. John 11. You gotta sit down and think about it. Write it down. Keep peeking at it. You gotta keep peeking at it. Like, okay, what else? Let me get it. Don't miss nothing. You gotta be very specific.
This is Sirach chapter 20, verse 32. It says, necessary patience and seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a God.
So necessary patience and seeking the Lord is better than him that leadeth his life without God. And the majority of these people lead their life without God. Nor do they want answers to these things. I watch scripture say, make not haste in the time of trouble. You see these people all the time, they make haste in the time of trouble and splat. You know, because they don't have no guidance, they don't know where to look. They don't have an answer, man. Right? America has not taught you where to go get the answer from, but we're here to teach you. You know, look at that Micah 7.
So the book of Micah 7 and verse 7, and it says, therefore I will look unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. I will wait for my power, or lucky it says, I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. So it says, rejoice not against me, O mine enemy.
And that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying now, man. Because it looks as if you guys are winning, but you're not. And on hindsight of things, you're not, man. You're really losing. And the very thing that you trust in, which is the society, is falling. Every week, it's news. Every
day now.
Man, Monday, watch something big gonna happen. Something else. Yeah, something else gonna happen. Tuesday, something else gonna happen. Yeah, tonight, Saturday night, something gonna happen. And man, you gonna have a be in the WhatsApp. Oh shit, buy another ear go.
Gradualism set up, man. That's how you know we live in. You know, that's a sign of the time.
It will, it got put on the apostles. Put out the order. There were curses on this place, man, and it's working, man.
Right.
Praying for 4 days. Hey, bro, it's working, man. And it's showing too. It says back in Micah 7 and 8. It says, when I fall, I shall arise. I said, like it says, when I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. It says, I will bear the indignation of Yahweh, because
you have to have
bear the indignation and bear the righteous anger of the Lord.
in order to maintain and sustain His word. Because then you'll get into you can't get tired of affliction, man. Naturally, you're like, but you gotta be thankful because the Lord said if you don't deal with you like that, then you'll consider it a bastard, man, if you don't correct you. You know? Go ahead.
Says, I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him.
We all sinned against him. You were made light of that once you come into the truth. Oh, shit, I did this, I did that. And that's why we talked about it last week. You know, you watch a video when you first come in, you like, man, you be clean, you're positive. Then come back to it. You know, you like, hey, I did that a couple times. Yeah. You know, playing house now. You know, you running from the kitchen to the living room, like, let me do it. It might take you like 2-3 days to watch one video. Yeah, I did that. My brother knows. But that's like, but that's you feel like it's talking about you. But it is. It is though, man. You know? But it ain't for you to get offended at it. It's for you to actually make the correction. Because if you can hear it, then make the correction. But only an arrogant man will hear it and be like, nah, fuck, I ain't do that, or no, I ain't, or get offended by it. You can't get offended. Because really it's just it can save your soul. And ultimately that's what you're gonna want in these upcoming times.
I like a better word. If you rebuke a wise man, then he shall love thee.
Rebuke the scorner and hate. Yeah. That's how you know when somebody not really is the truth. You say a fool will not go to the wise.
And this is back in Micah 7. And ultimately, you don't understand the spirit of the Lord, man. Ain't no man rebuking you, bro. It's the Lord's spirit. And how about you working through that, man? This is spiritual thing, man. And the spirit is the Lord that comes upon you. He's something that you basically says, you don't see it that way, man.
God.
Got on so easy. Anywhere.
It's the spirit. Ain't no like I'm like when the apostles get on these other groups, they even say like hey, it's the spirit, bro. We really care about this thing, and we're gonna defend it. You know? All fucking anything, man, and everything.
And you know what? To be honest, like if you can perceive it, man, like if you could take chastisement, the Lord deal with you as sons, man. So that means like, and who doesn't go through chastisement, man? You don't go through chastisement, you're a bastard. What I mean by that is that Father chastises you, bro. He's actually trying to teach you something. You know what I mean? So when you can take chastisement or rebuke, man, as a Lord rebuking demons off you, then you know you can you go far. You can learn a lot about this stuff. Learn a lot about this ministry, man. Like, there was a point where I used to cringe when I saw, you know, like now, like the first videos I watch, to get rid of looking at them, you know what I mean? It's interesting how I feel about people.
Ain't like brothers coming at you like they hate you way better. They care about you.
When they were beating you, they could defend themselves.
Part of it is like for you to go to a man and fucking it takes a lot of care. Like you actually care about the person. You care about somebody, you don't talk shit.
Let's go into the spirit, bro. 2 Peter 1:21, it says, For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of the Most High spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit.
Even if it's in a way you don't like it, let the Lord soften and talk to you. What did David say about the dude that was talking shit? He said the Lord told him to curse that David.
Yeah, that's how humble you have to be.
David received the
That's that, it's kind of that's kind of like a form of putting off the former conversation to old men, take it and see it.
Ultimately, it's knowing that you're not perfect.
That's it.
And ultimately knowing that, it's kind of scary if you don't get rebuked. Just going in like, hey, you ain't rebuked. That means you ain't did nothing. You know what I mean? On accident.
It's being put in a humble situation and saying, I need guidance.
Because it's a test.
You gotta be willing to want.
Because it's a test, man, ultimately. The Lord doesn't deal with the crowd, man. It's a test. You should be asking, man, hold on, man. I think I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You don't do nothing without counsel. So you got to have humble. You got to be humble enough to seek counsel from like-minded men,
This is 1 Corinthians 11 and let's see, verse 32. This is verse 32. It says, I'm gonna start at verse 31. It says, For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world.
Because ultimately, the world has a big influence. That's fire. I mean, a second of destruction by way of fire. The first one was by way of water. The second one is by way of fire. It's going to be issued by the and in that time, it's a great saying, man. It says, when someone goes to battle, when people go to battle, no one wishes that they would practice less. You want to, damn, did I cross all my T's and dot on my I's? You want to be in that spirit every day.
Con, just real quick, I know the brothers are
Because you're only as good as your last video, or the last time you read, or the last time you studied, or the last time you did anything in the ministry. You're only as good as that. That's the mindset you got to have, knowing that you got to earn it every day. You got to earn it every day, bro. That's the mind. What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this spirit of humble want me to make it? What did I do to deserve to be in this ministry? ask yourself that.
That's what you should say. You didn't do shit.
God, man. God, you know, yeah, God, you know, what I'm saying is as far as the mindset, because we didn't, because we didn't get it true to ourselves, man. Right, you know, but the mind of it all is like, man, I need to do what I need to do good today first, and it's true first, man. In order to feel like that should be your spirit, you know.
Beautifully said, brother. That's what's that? Baruch, seek the Lord 10 times more, because it was our mind to go astray. But this is real quick. The brothers were paraphrasing it earlier, Hebrews 12:8. This is, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, all of us got to be partakers of chastisement, man. And without it, then what? Ye are bastards and not sons, right? And it's beautiful that it uses that son analogy, man, because like the brother was saying, if you got a child, let's use the stove for example. He's over there playing with the stove. Hey, you might give him something to remind him, reprove him and rebuke him, maybe even spank him or something to let him know, hey, you don't go near the stove, right? But if you don't care about that kid, you see him playing with the stove. Hey, man, he might burn up. Who knows what's gonna happen? You're just gonna walk on by. That's basically what it is when you ain't getting reproof, man.
I got to put this one just because the brothers was talking about how, and hey, no credit to us that we were given, with the faith that we have, and given gifted with the Holy Spirit, so we understand knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Scripture.
And what you should say, I should correct myself. What you should say is like, what did I do today to maintain it? What did I do today to maintain it?
It says, verse Baruch 3:29. It says, "Who have gone up into heaven and taken her and brought her down from the clouds? Who have gone over the sea and found her and will bring her from pure gold? No man knoweth her way nor thinketh of her path." And this is ultimately talking about wisdom, And so this is why pride has no place, man. That wasn't made for man. Because this knowledge, wisdom, understanding that we have, none of us went up into heaven and we brought it back down, man. That we're taking credit. The Holy Spirit was sent unto us, and the Lord gave it to certain men so we can understand what we know, so that we could have that eye salve at the time. And that's why these upstarts, and some of these other camps, like the Sakari, and they come with this prideful aura about there ain't no room for that, man, because even the knowledge that you have was given to certain men that taught you so that you can have the knowledge. See? And so, hey, none of us can take credit for this knowledge, for this understanding that we have. What we got to do is we got to continue to put forth good work and show our appreciation. There's a scripture that says, what you put your hand to do with thy might. And what do? We put our hands to this plow, man. So that means we got to go hard. We got to give it all. And that's a day in and day out type of thing, man. Whatever happened yesterday, we looking forward. We keeping our eyes on the part. And it matters about what has been done lately, man.
Yeah, you gotta think, man, what spirit were you in when you were seeking it? What happened to you? Where it's like you were looking for an answer.
Let's say so you're not that person. What's happening with that spirit of I say fire all the time. There's gonna be times where it's harder, but you gotta you can decrease, you gotta keep it. Like the house of David, it waxed stronger and stronger. Yeah, that's it, man. Getting out that first love. After it.
Say in the world, grow or plateau. I got one actually. It's the book of Romans, the 9th chapter and the 23rd verse, and it reads, "And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory." And you see all these people in this world, right, chasing after, because what Esau does is he gives a little bit of glitz and glamour to a particular Jake, and all of his music, his whole message becomes right all about what he has, man.
And that's what he tried to do with what was it? Methodist and activists. They always came with their try to do it to you how to shot. Like, well, if you serve me all this and be yours, it's gonna be his. That's all. But you gotta think about if the devil is willing to offer you his blessings of this world for you to follow him, what do we have in store for us? It's gonna be way better than no man, no ear have not heard, no eyes have not seen what the Lord has prepared for you. That's why you gotta maintain patience.
I wish I like patience. I get it now, but I get it. Righteous.
And that shows you too that right that hey, the Lord has plans for us, man. He's gonna floss us up just like Esau flosses up his vessel on the left hand side and lets him do the jig in front of you. The Most High is gonna floss up his vessel before the entire world, man. And you see the world chasing to be that vessel in this society, but it's gonna be too damn late for you in the kingdom to come, man.
So you're so short, man. Have a multi-billion-dollar spirit that we have, man. Tell yourself for the shit, bro. What show man gave for the shit for yourself, man. Not adjust that faith. The faith of the spirit. Let the Lord not take his Holy Spirit from us. That's what really matters. Right?
This is Colossians 3:1. If ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, which Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affections on things above, not things on the earth.
Yeah, have your mind towards things above. Have your mind towards what I need to be doing in order to receive salvation. So will not be a part of that number.
Going on. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with the Mashiach in power.
You ain't the most you might have been the most powerful guy in the world. Now you should be not that. As a matter of fact, you're hated by the same man that you thought was your police. But later on through the years, you see them. You like, oh, the Lord maintained me, man. Got me away from that, man. You might have had a homie in the world where it was like, y'all was cool, and then you got into the truth, and then the Lord had to separate from you. And then you look, years from now, or you look years, you look. It's been years. You look and you like, okay, this guy is on drugs. This guy is this. This guy is that. This guy is that. The Lord make that separation, and that's what you're going to.
Verse 4: When Hamashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory.
Yeah, being joined the air, so we'll be those men like the mentioned. Let's be incredible. Okay, want to be those, and then we'll begin to fight.
Verse 5: Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanliness, inordinate affection.
These are things you got to do every day and work at every day, man, because you're in the flesh.
Evil concupiscency and covetousness, which is idolatry. For which things' sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience.
That's right.
In the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived.
Some of us had those traits. Some of us were, had those type of things about ourselves. But when you come into this, you got to change all that. And it may not be an overnight thing. You got to work towards it, but you got to work towards it. There's nothing worse than a nigga that's just, this nigga's a covetous nigga, and he's like, well, that's just who I am. And then he just signed and never try to change it. Ain't nothing worse than a nigga like that. Because ain't no reasoning with somebody like that.
When ye lived in them, but now ye also put off all these anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds.
So that's the thing. Putting off the old man every day. And it's these, man. All of us have different. We're a part of, or that we've done, or that all of us have different. The thing is, you got to put that off and become new every day, man. All right, new in your mind, and be better. Each and every day you should be better, man. Lay a brick to it. You have a brick wall, man.
that's what we expect. How much you should come and fresh. Right? This is Isaiah 61. And, I'll just start at 9. And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which Yahweh hath blessed. You see that? People want to know, man. When we're going to get that recognition, Lord willing, we're going to get that recognition. It's a labor they put in on the earth for people to make my heavenly Father. Their seed. I will greatly rejoice in Yahweh. My soul shall be joyful in my power, for he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation. He hath covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels. For as the earth bringeth forth her bud, and as the garden causeth the things that are sown to spring forth, so Yahweh thy power will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all the nations.
And when you go to Baruch, the 5th chapter, it talks about beautifying them. Lord will beautify them.
This is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. It says, "For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which he have shewed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister."
Yeah, scripture in Hebrews says that we might receive the promise. That keep you humble. It's in we might receive. It says what the righteous shall scarcely be saved. No, we just want to be part of their number. As should you. Was there anything else? Hey, so with that, Lord willing, was edified. Lord, I can got something for this video and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Shimmy out shot. Shimmer Kakudah.
Until next time, shalom.
Shalom.